Good evening, everyone. Hope you had a nice weekend. We're gonna start. I'm not gonna wait for the rest to start joining. Don't forget, and hopefully you're liking the new setup on the recorded webby on our website. You can go to the members area, recordings, on the midweek setups. That's for the month of July, and the rest you can find them all the way down here. And these are the midweek setups that we discuss Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, either London or New York. It depends. Thank you, Neil, for posting the...
Not at all. A bit slow tonight, doing other things.
Was that?
It's slow tonight. I was doing other things.
Yeah, no worries, man. We have some good news, don't we, for this week?
Got the Fed.
Yeps. Aussie, not that much. Whoever is not in the news channel, Neil, can you post the news channel one more time, please, in the normal?
Yeah.
Yes, please, so that people can join. Neil, update us on everything that goes on fundamentally with the market or in the world, what's going on, like China, US, all of this stuff. He does his own analysis. Evening, okay. All right, so for the DXY, as expected, it's heading down. Everybody's beer, everybody's moving down. The thing is, if you do some couple of measurements, let's start by weekly. I see the XY heading all the way down here till these areas. By the way, the guys, this charts weekly, daily, and 4-hour are on the website under the analysis. Okay, majors, yen pairs, pound pairs, everything that's out there. The indices, S&P 500, UK, everything is on the website, and they are updated weekly basis, especially the 4-hour. Especially the 4-hour. Anyway, so that's the concept. I think that this correction has finished, and I'm expecting almost the same concept heading down here. But keep in mind, nothing goes in a straight line, right? So let's go lower time frame. I will explain it more. On the lower time frame, around the 4-hour, if you look at it in the way I look at stuff, we are in a Y move. A Y is consisting of three waves. I take the following. That's a W, and that's the X, and the Y should be ending around here for this bigger Y. How I measure the following, these are all in details. I'm just going through it very simply, very quickly. I expect some kind of a reaction around the zone. If you go higher time frame, let's say the 8-hour, you look for some kind of support, resistance, something that the retail traders trade for them to initiate long trades or reversal, which we have the following. It's been respected all over the years, as you can see it. So I'm expecting for this week a reaction around this area, but not that much. It's gonna be midterm. It's gonna be do the following, same thing like this one, around this area, maybe a retest or not even retest, just a nice pump and then continuation for the downtrend. Keep in mind, if you look at the outlook of the sentiment of the traders, 83% are short, so they're gonna knock everybody out. 72% UCAD is long, 80%, so they have a lot of liquidity around down here. Everybody's expecting a pump up. So what they're gonna pump, they're not gonna pump it. They're gonna push it more down, blow some more accounts before pushing any before giving the correction that everybody's expecting. As I said at the beginning, where the market doesn't move in a straight line, so I'm expecting it, this one, to head up and then correct, and one more up and then correct. So you're talking this for almost till the end of the year. But for this week, I expect it to reach up here before we have any major correction. And this major correction is gonna be this size, not that big, before pumping or continuing the uptrend. So if you wanna trade that, either you gotta go to the lower time frame, 15-10 minutes, to look for a correction and take a quick long trade, or you're gonna wait a reaction around these areas for you to trade this move. This move, as I said, is gonna be quick and this size. If you with the time that we're expecting that, if you check the schedule around Wednesday, correct, Neil? That's what we have. That's when we have the Feds, right? If I'm not mistaken. BC. Yeah, exactly. So I'm expecting it to continue pumping, do a small correction, pump, small correction, pump, and then a drop. So on these small corrections, you can go to the 15 minutes, the 10 minutes, know how to identify the end of the correction and take a long. On GU, the same thing, same concept, but if you look at it, it's been moving in a very corrective manner, corrective shape. It's the pound is still weak, right? So it's not gonna, for the long, for the daily, I'm expecting it at least to reach these areas around here before we see any dumping going on or any correction, major correction heading down. But with the leg we are in on the higher time frame, it is a correction, right? So in a correction form, trends, you're gonna see a lot of whipsaws. You're gonna see a lot of different directions, right? Like you see it around here, coming down, going up, then correcting, then going up. Like it's a choppy move. But the main direction, as long as you have the bigger picture, we're heading up. So basically, if you want to trade with the trend, you gotta wait for the correction to happen on lower time frame and take the long with it. As been said, as I've been saying, repeating for the past 3 weeks, if you are expecting, if your trade, if your criteria, if your setups, you're looking for 50 pip trades, the market that we are in, it's better to look for a 25 pip trades. You close your position or you take some profit, pay yourself a bit, and you don't look back, right? And you move to break even, or you just let it go, or you close it, you look for another setup. That's happening because it's been crazy how it's moving, right? So I suggest minimize, like if you uh, uh, like 50 pip, minimize it till 25 pip, 30 pip, take profit and look for another setup that you're used to trade or you're familiar with, right? Analyzing is something and trading setups is something else. It's totally different. Some people are good at analyzing stars, but they have no idea how to trade their analysis. It's totally different. So for the GU, I'm expecting it, as I said, the 4-hour heading up. Will I trade the up if it gives me a good setup on the 1 hour or 30 minutes to take a long? Yeah, why not? I will trade it up. I was expecting actually last week, as I said, I was expecting the following till this area. I traded that. I was looking for a sell setup, but when Euro broke the top and the XY broke the bottom, I stopped looking for, and I even told the guys to stop looking for shorts on GU. So that's where the power of correlation comes in. You gotta have full system to get clarity, right? You trade what's clear for you. Anyways, so for the time being, we are in a position for this to head down, which I doubt it will head down. It's gonna do the following and then pump up, continue the up move. Will I trade it? If it gives me a good long setup, I will take it around the 30 minutes or the 15 minutes. UCAD, I still see it heading down, but right, we react with the market. We try to see where the market is, the higher view, but we at the same time, if the structure is broken on the lower time frame, we move up to the higher time frame, see if it's still valid. If it's not valid, you have to react with the price, yeah, right, with the market. Market can move anywhere it wants, but from experience of looking at the market and trying to see, not predict, but trying to have structure. If this, let's go to the 2 hour, be more clear about it. You see right here, that's a very valid setup to buy till up here. More than that, if this breaks the zone, we are in an opportunity. The structure has been completed. The correction shape on the 4 hour has been completed, and we should be starting to look for long trades. But as long as we're respecting this area right here, there's a specific reason why I'm saying this area right here. As long as we're below this area, we should still be looking for short. The short is not that much. The short is going to be around here. Then we have another correction. That's why I said, if you're looking for 50 pip, minimize it. Because for you, anyways, so I would be looking for a short around this area. If this is gonna break the top of here, I will be looking for longs. That means this whole setup is complete. And this long will give us the same thing as this long. Let me just change the color. This leg with this leg. But I need it to break the top here. This top. And there's a reason why it needs to break it. It has to do with fib levels. So let's have, I'm still short. I will continue looking for shorts unless if it breaks this one up here. And we move on. Swissy. Swissy, I was expecting a little bit of a pullback to take a short. It didn't give me that. It continued pumping up, but I took a trade from this area right here. On lower time frame, there's a setup that was formed around here, and I took a short all the way till Friday before the market closed. How far this is gonna go? Same thing as the euro. Let's have some reaction. And there's a zone for it to break for us to start looking for a buy. But overall, daily, weekly, we're heading down. So it depends on what kind of trader you are. If you're a day trader, wait for a reaction around this area, to continue your short. Not for long. Not to look for long trades or short trades. But let it do the following. Same concept like here. Almost the same concept, but a bit shorter. NU heading up. This leg is with this leg. Let me give more details. When you see a lot of red zones, that's my red zone. Either it's gonna reverse or it's gonna give you a correction for you to continue the move. So for me to start looking for a trade, I want the price to come up here to down here. Either it's gonna reverse, which is gonna give us a nice green candle, wait for the retracement on lower time frame, same concept like this one, and take a long, or it's gonna give us a small correction and continue the downtrend. But that's how I look at my trades, right? So when you see me placing on the website a red area, it's somewhere like this one. Came up, there's a measurements on higher time frame, on higher time frame that give me this area that's up here. Same concept on the lower time frame. What I see around here is the following. This is dumping, came up, one more leg down, same thing like this one, and then continuation for the uptrend. If it breaks it, and it didn't give me a nice green candle, retracement, second leg, I enter along. If it doesn't give me that, I wait for it to break this fib, which is on the higher time frame, this zone comes down. I look for a retest and take my short. Keep in mind, we're not here to be right or wrong, right? We have to react with the market. So that's my intake. I'm still looking for longs on NU. AU, same thing. I'm still looking for longs on NU. This leg goes with this leg. If you do the measurements, you know where it's gonna stop. It's gonna come down, retest this area, and look for a long. Would I take that long? If it's a decent or risk to reward ratio, yeah, why not? If not, I will not take it. That's another, which is risk management, right? It's risk management is not the position, how much you're risking, how much this. No, it's a bigger thing. It's a whole setup that you have to work on. Anyways, silver, it is where we're expecting it to be. It was a beautiful trade. A lot of my guys, they're still in the long position. I still see it heading till the 26 area, 26, 27. On every correction, I would take a long till around this area right here. You see this red zone on the weekly, it's been there for like a couple of months. It has to do with a leg that I explained earlier that will give you this red zone. Either this leg there you go, you can see it better. That's the zone I'm looking at for a reaction on silver. Beside that, you're long. You want to take a long? Yes, you can, but it's a bit risky because this might be this same leg. See how choppy it is? Heading all the way up here. We usually us trade end of every correction. There is a way to identify the end of every correction. As I said at the beginning of this, a lot of my guys took a long from right here. And you traded this one. For my end, I know it's heading up. I pay myself. I close 70% of the position. I'm just leaving 30% into profit. You always pay yourself first. Then you want to see your account growing, right? Because you don't get everything right. So there's mistakes that you do. There's some trades you don't get them. So you gotta keep on pumping money into your account instead from your pocket. Why don't you pump it from the market? Gold, as I explained last week, this leg with this leg. This might continue heading up more. Yes, it might. But should I enter along? No, do not enter along. Should you wait? Yes, wait for a nice red candle. Wait for the retracement. Minimum risk. Then you take a short. This will push up more. At least break the top here. At least break that top and then a correction. Should you take a short? I don't suggest you take a short. Should you take a long? Do not take a long. Wait for the market to confirm a trade. Gold is in a position, do not touch it. If you're not long, just leave it alone. Coming down, second leg, you take short. Oil, been saying it, and I will repeat myself. Only longs, nothing more. Only longs. That was the end of the correction that everybody's been waiting for. Then for it to correct something like this. It's not gonna happen, and it will not happen. End of a correction. This leg with this leg, you do the measurements, trap traders, then move up. I'm in long from right here. Explained it last week why I'm heading up, why I look for longs. Let me go to the weekly. That was the end of the correction. I'm expecting retest and continuation for the uptrend. If you go lower to 4 hour, I said last week, if this doesn't break here, look for long, at least to this area, then correction, then break. Keep in mind, there's this leg right here. That's all by itself. What do I mean all by itself? Usually if this doesn't give you the following, it will give you this leg all the way up here. It will do the following, but everybody would be looking for a short, and it will continue moving up. Example, this one. Everybody will be looking for a short, and it will continue pumping up. And this is, they're gonna keep on pumping it. There's a way to identify these two. It's gonna be continue pumping this one with this one right here on lower time frame. So wait for this to end, gives you a confirmation, take your long. Don't be scared, it's gonna continue going up on all indices. Or wait for it to come up here and see a reaction. Yen pairs. I see UJ at least giving you the following. Before any correction, then pump up. Higher time frame. That's what we're looking at. Daily. These are all indicated on the website, guys. End of this, it might come down here, break the low, which already did, but it might retest it and pump. Do not miss this pump. This beauty, I was on a short, and I have two other guys took the short from here. if you measure this leg with this leg, which will give you that red zone. Now what are we expecting? Let it come down, retest, and take your long. Same thing for euro. It's heading up there. That will be it for this week.